I ain't going nowhere, 20-year career minimum. Call Hit Boy for beats, ask for 10 of them. I don't follow trends, I swing the pendulum. If the bag good, I'm gonna give her some. Yeah, alright, my flow sinister.
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Cleveland Browns. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here's Walker to start the drive. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
For you and I, partner, we got the plum assignment this week. An unbeaten team against a one-loss team. Really not much separating these two entering play here today.
Not much at all. And I think for both coaches, they've looked at their team and said, guys, you got to know what you're getting into in this one. And you better be ready to go because you get to answer the big question of the day. Are we as good as we think we are? We're about to find out.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And Walker has it.
Finding room at midfield. Down the sideline he goes. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down at the 25-yard line.
A big play there on the catch and run. 48 yards.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Looking to throw. Gentry.
Throw out wide to Walker.
And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Back to throw. Gentry. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Dwayne Eskridge
with touchdown number 8 on the year.
And the Seahawks get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 15. Back to throw, Watson.
Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down. 1st First carry for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The Browns at 9-1 on the year. They've been as hot as anyone. The win last week makes it 9 out of 10.
And partner, to me, this is a team that no matter what the matchup, they're up for the fight. They are really suited for the postseason the way they're playing right now. And I would not want to face them come playoff time.
On 2nd and 7, Watson got an open man. That's David Njoku, the tight end. Watson to Njoku there for the Cleveland first. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to have it here at their own 32-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Brandon, watching their tape from last week, I saw plenty of plays like we just saw there, forcing incompletions. It was key in their win last week. They're hoping the same thing happens this time out, too.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again. Gentry. And that's caught inside the 35. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Gentry. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. The slot man in motion right. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. D. Eskridge. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Myers connects on the PAT. And that'll make the score 14-0. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock.
Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Browns drive about to get started. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan, or do we just need to execute better and try and get back in this game?
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing.
And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch.
And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Watson. This is intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
Well, those have been a problem for him all season, but never quite as much as they have in these last few minutes. Let's count it up now. A pair of picks on his team's last 2 drives and double-digit interceptions this season. I don't care if you're the best in the game or an undrafted rookie. You've got to take better care of the football or you're going to cost your team chances.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Gentry. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
That's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. To throw on 2nd down, Gentry. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson eluding the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Well, obviously searching for their first. partner. And that quick 3 and out, that's not going to achieve that at all. Give victory to the secondary there. They brought out tight coverage on that 3rd down snap.
They will indeed snap it to Watson. He's going to let this one go deep. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. That certainly went against the traditional ways of playing football, but who cares? Look at the result. Big touchdown.
They went for it on their own side of the 50. So there's conservative, there's aggressive, and there's really aggressive, which is what we just saw there. Tip of the cap to them.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And they, as mentioned, unbeaten to this point in the year, but you think this game, their toughest test yet.
I absolutely do, because to me, this is a good measuring stick game because they've been able to take advantage of the schedule. But here, this is another team leading its division with an eye on making a Super Bowl run, so this game is crucial.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and get the football right back because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side. And all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Off the play fake. Gentry. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The Browns drive about to get started.
And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the #1 goal? Make the playoffs. #2, win your division. #3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the #1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half with the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Flushed out right. That's out to Chubb, complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 43 yards.
And the Browns are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Extra point by York is up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
On 2nd down, it's Walker.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Slot man moves right. On 3rd down, Gentry. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered.
He's got a man complete. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. To the air yet again, Watson.
And now Watson throws another interception.
Jonathan Abram picks it. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, this defense, Charles, we know how good they are, but they've been beat a couple of times in this game. However, they got the latest laugh.
And how about the way they hung in there? Because you're exactly right. They're not used to being dented as they've been so far in this game. But what they just did there with that pick 6, that's the equivalent of what was happening to them. They're throwing touchdown passes against them. Okay, we'll take one back against you.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Browns drive about to get started. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these 2 teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it. But I guess that answers the question whether or not they want him throwing it again right away after throwing the pick 6 on the previous drive.
Yeah, not something conservative or underneath. Pretty big shot right there.
Get him right back in the saddle and say, go ahead and sling it, big guy.
Hey, you gotta snap it. You gotta snap it.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson.
And he will find his man Schwartz. That's complete.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll send the tight end in motion left. Watson on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Anthony Schwartz
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Browns have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half. Extra point by York is up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. 1 second, all that remains.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a tie ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again is Watson. He's got his man on the crossing route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Now a 1st down throw. Watson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times. Tried to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick-6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10
at their own 25-yard line. Fresh off the pick-6, it's Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And that is taken in by Njoku. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now Watson. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Now that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson, he's got a man complete. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Seahawks have picked it up. On the move past the 40. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
Following the fumble recovery, Gentry. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I'll give them credit winning that first snap and forcing an incompletion. They're hoping that'll deflate the offense a little bit after they took the field charged up after taking over after a turnover.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hopefully they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a first down.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Gentry. Flush to his right.
Open man is Eskridge. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Here's Walker. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Walker once more. Pushing for the end zone, but he's not going to get there. They stop him just shy of the goal line.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and is showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. On 4th down, Watson. And this is caught. Amari Cooper.
And he's going to pick up the Browns' first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
To throw is Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson.
Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw, Watson. And now here is another interception.
Jonathan Abram picks it. And the Seahawks will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Lockett the man in motion. Throwing on 1st down. Gentry going for Metcalf on the deep ball. Touchdown! He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You can see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the 2nd half.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Watson looks to throw again.
And he's just throwing the ball up for grabs now. Fortunately, that one going to fall incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
That's going to be taken in by Felton.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. Flushed out right. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
So after the big play on 4th, here's 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Watson. Njoku pulls this one in. He's got it for a Cleveland touchdown. From 17 yards out. And the Browns have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead will be cut down to 14. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Again, it's Walker. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On 1st and 10, Gentry escaping the pressure right. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
Up the middle they run. It's Walker. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. Here it's 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Gentry. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2.
On 1st down, Gentry. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Off play action. Gentry. That's caught inside the 20. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now.
Again, Walker.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on 2nd down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so, but ordinarily, 2nd down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up 3rd down. They'll have to throw it anyway.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Myers' kick is good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Cleveland offense ready to go.
This has been frustrating for them to this point. They have not looked the same as they did coming in, riding that impressive 6-game win streak.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Browns. Amari Cooper, 82 yards.
And the Browns get a bit closer.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And that one is caught. So they convert here, and don't look now, but this one's back to a one-score game. So 2 scores down, time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And this is going to be taken in by the Seahawks. And it would appear they're on their way to victory now. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to take possession of the football. Well, in all likelihood, this ball game's still over. I mean, even with the interception, 2-score game, they need a miracle.
Curious decision to even throw the ball in that situation, but maybe they saw a stacked line of scrimmage and said, hey, it's better to try and throw than to try and run against it. In any event, I think you're exactly right. Now, the other team can pad their stats, but I don't think they're going to win.
Yeah, but still, don't change the channel just yet. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. It's a squib kick fielded just inside the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got a plane to catch.
So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started.
Now Watson.
And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And Charles, in this one, the 4th quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for the Seahawks, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they have to go to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers. Meanwhile, for Cleveland, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville.
Your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your energy. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. Let's go. Don't make me jog your memory. I did upgrade, you didn't upgrade it. The world, how they forgetting me. Please make it make some sense to me. How you talking about the greatest, still ain't greatest? Mention me. Them bands, I want the symphony. 15 in it, wasn't instantly. Lately I've been catching plays, it's like it's meant to be. I got rich in the pandemic, meant to be. Don't do too much, I keep it simple. You clout chasing, trying to make the people feel you. Boys need to slow it down, I'm talking real screw. Penthouse at the top with the clear view. Oh, look, I don't like your energy, I don't like that. I don't like the fake handshake, snake tendency. You an enemy. All them lies you telling, I can't let that be the end of me. No, probably cause your girl feeling me. It's a flag on the play, all these catching penalties. Look, I don't like your